So in the comments section of yesterday's news video, my fellow agents, a lot of you reached out to the channel asking when we can expect to see certain changes in the game that we have been waiting to see for a while. So in today's video, we're going to go over some of those details and as always, answer some of the questions you've sent the channel. What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and today, my friends, it is all about going over the known issues board and talking about things that we hope to see changed very soon in the game. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, and we're just going to jump right into the video, starting with the known issues board on Trello. Now, you can see on the screen, we are at the known issues board for the Division 2, and I'm going to go over the most commonly asked questions that you've sent over the last week or so, but if you want to check this board out, I will leave a link to it in the video description down below. Now, starting with issues that have been reported, we have two things listed here, and they both have to do with PC crashing issues, Delta issues that are going on for PC players. Now, I know people on console obviously have this problem as well, but from the feedback you've sent the channel, it's really the PC players that seem to have the most issues. Now, if you are still having this, and again, you can see, these issues date back to a very long time ago. Now, they're only talking about 16.3, but we know it's been going on for PC users for a very long time, and based on your feedback, these crashes unfortunately seem to happen on a very consistent basis for PC players anytime there is a title update. Some of you may not encounter this at all, and hopefully that's the case for most of you, but you can see the priority is critical, and I hope they do make these changes soon. Next, my friends, we're going to talk about issues that the game is currently investigating and other ones that we can expect to see in future title updates. So starting with the determined talent rebalancing, you can see they say the team is investigating how to change the determined talent so it is still powerful and acting according to its description, but doesn't allow for one-shooting raid bosses. We intend to fix the determined talent so it works according to its description, awarding you with the buff upon getting the headshot kill. Now, a lot of you have reached out, saying that you spent all of this time farming for certain items, you're trying to get certain builds together around determined. It was a lot of fun because, as most of you know, with Season 11, a lot of the gear and weapons we received were really focused on that headshot damage, marksman rifle damage, all of that good stuff, which caused a lot of players to try sniper builds which they've never tried before. And when the change was made, it caused a lot of those players to just go back to running the same build they did before. And we all know in this game, when you can run different builds, it does make the game a lot of fun to play in different ways. So my sincere hope is they do find some sort of a happy balance between where it was, where it is now, and as always, once we have any more updates, I will pass it along. Now, the next issue a lot of you have been talking about for a while, and that is the fact that Manning National Zoo, you are unable to board the monorail and finish the mission on challenging difficulty, and this is playing for TU18. And just to be clear, anytime the game moving forward says Title Update 18, they are referencing Year 5 Season 1, so chances are we are going to see that at the beginning of June. Now, for those of you that happen to play Conflict, this is something you've wanted to see put into the game for a very long time, and that is the fact that they're going to be changing the Conflict rewards. Now, you can see the game says to make Conflict a viable XP farming option, we want to increase Conflict rewards and add kill XP for eliminating another player, not to slow Conflict players down on their Shade Watch and Seasonal Pass progression. And additionally, they are also considering to add exotic components in caches and targeted loot. Now look, I am not someone who plays Conflict, but in my opinion, this is something they should definitely add to the game as soon as possible, because I know for a lot of you out there, you would play more if you got those rewards. Now, this next issue is one that a lot of you asked me about in yesterday's video, and that is the fact that you cannot share gear or skill mods between players, and we know that is a vital part of this game when you're squatting up and you're wanting to help someone out, or you're hoping someone helps you finally get something you've been looking for. We know that mods in this game can have a huge impact on your builds. Now, unfortunately, when we look at that, there is no title update information on when we can expect it, and as always, once I have that info, I will pass it along. Now, another question a lot of you had has to do with the XP farming resource convoy thing where, you know, they cut the amount in half and they said they're going to revert it back to the way it was. Now, there are a few things I want to talk about, but you can see this is playing for 17.3, and I really hope that next week when we get the final manhunt target in the season, that is when 17.3 is going to drop. At this point, they have not confirmed, but once I know, I'll obviously pass that along. And finally, many of you continue to reach out to the channel saying that Countdown is currently unplayable unplayable and you're still having issues in the summit as well, and this is from the section where the fix is live. So if you are still having these issues, please let me know what platform you are on. Are you seeing the change in only Countdown or in the summit as well? Now for me, and this is something I previously talked about in videos, I was having an issue on both platforms, Xbox and PlayStation, and when they made the change, Xbox was totally good to go. I still do have major latency problems with PlayStation. However, the one thing I'm encountering, I would say at least 50% of the time, is having an issue finding a group. So anytime I use matchmaking, jump into a group for a Countdown session, it's one of two extremes. Either everything is fine, or when I load in, there are only 3 people actually left in the session itself, so obviously that makes it unplayable. And if you are still having that issue, please let me know and I'll see what I can find out. Now, as I start to wrap this video up, I do want to talk about XP farming in the game really quick, because a lot of people are wondering, when is this big change going to happen? Because as the game has said multiple times, they are changing certain XP amounts on certain things in the game. So for instance, convoys are going to be changed. We saw that take place, but these changes were to happen at the same time. And what I'm referring to is the fact that we're going to see increases in some aspects of farming for XP, and other places we're going to see decreases. Now again, this should all happen at the same time, and it's going to hopefully give us that opportunity to not feel like we have to farm a certain way when we're trying to gain XP. It should hopefully open up a lot of things for different players, and as always, once I have that info, I promise to share it with you. With all that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this up. I want to take a moment and thank you for your incredible support of this channel. We are knocking on the door of 50,000 subs in just over 3 years, and I cannot thank you enough for your support. On that note, I'm going to leave you with some gameplay footage. However, as I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Detected. Landmark has been cleared. Hostile patrol detected.
Watch that dead